Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to do for you today the perfect palette tag. Now I thought I had done this, but it turns out I haven't. So what I've done is I've got all the questions here on my phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through them. I will list them down below as well. So if you want to do this and you haven't, like me, already done it, then please feel free to leave me a comment, tell me your favourites, or answer the questions in the comments. Or if you want to film this, then I tag you all. I would be really interested in knowing what Shaz would say to these questions if she's not already done it. And I don't think I have seen it. So I tag you, Shaz. I'd love to know what you think. Right, so there are 8 questions, and what I've done is I've tried not to double up on my palettes for answers so that I really think about the answers to my questions and what palettes I genuinely like for what. So the first question is, and this is the original perfect palette tag. I know there is the perfect palette tag 2. If you like this, then please let me know and I will film that as well. Right, so first question is best packaging. Okay, I don't know that it's necessarily the best packaging, but I like it the most. I think it is so beautiful, and that is the tartlet. I love the purple, the way it fades. I think it's a really nice size compact as well, and the fact that you get the whole side of a mirror, and you get a lot of shadows in there. Also, it's nice and thin, it fits in your makeup bag. I just think the packaging of this and the actual product is amazing. So that would be my award for best packaging. Number 2 would be best colour payoff. Now, I don't think that there's one specific palette that I have that I feel that way about, because I think all the Urban Decay palettes, I think you get fabulous pigment. I love the Anastasia palettes. I love my Smashbox Double Exposure, my Full Exposure palette. I love, what else? Who other brands do I have in palettes? Yeah, I think they're, yeah, I would say they're my main ones. And I think they all have pretty amazing payoff. There's none of those that I've got that I would say are a bit naff. So I genuinely think that sort of Urban Decay, Anastasia, Smashbox, Tarte, how can I forget my beloved Tartlet, and Tarte, I think all their palettes that I have personally had have been pretty fabulous. So yeah, I would say across the brands they're all pretty good, and I couldn't pick my favourite, because I think that's more what it boils down to for each question. It's what your favourite would be. Okay, number 3, most versatile. Okay, for most versatile, I have picked the Full Exposure palette from Smashbox, simply because you can do, you've got 7 mattes and you've got 7 shimmers, and you can do a really nice matte soft daytime look, or with just a hint of shimmer, or you can use these babies wet, and if you use them wet, they are the most sparkly, metallic, glittery little piece of heaven you will ever see. So I love this, and because it is so neutral and you've got a few darker ones in here, you can really amp it up, but at the same time you can make it very natural. So I think that this is the most versatile of my palettes. The reason I picked this as well over something like Naked 1, 2 is because it's got more mattes. They've both only got like 2 or 1 matte depending on the palette, and I think that to have a good mixture makes it far more versatile, because I personally don't enjoy putting shimmer shadows through my crease, just me personally. But I love shimmers all over my lids and under my brow bone and things like that. So I need a good mix, and that is what this gives me. Okay, so question number 4 is best for travelling. I picked Naked 3 for best for travelling, simply because I like the mixture of colours. I like the fact it's got the big mirror, but I like the fact that it is a metal case. So I can put this in my suitcase or in my hand luggage, or if you're me, in my hundreds of bags that I take when I go away for 5 days. But I like the fact that it can get knocked around a little bit. If I was flying or something like that, I wouldn't be worried about it breaking or shattering. So that is why I've picked this, as well as loving the palette and the Naked 3 being my favourite of the Nakeds. I just think that it's a really nice one to travel with. And again, it's not too big. It's not the lightest, but I think that it would travel the best, and I would feel the best packing this if I was flying or something like that. So Naked 3. I do also think Tartlet is really good for travelling as well, and I did take that away with me because the mirror was huge and I used it all the time. But I think Naked 3, it's got a good mix of colours in there as well, a bit more versatility. My biggest regret. Now, if you've been watching me for a little while, you might know this, or if you've watched my eyeshadow palette collection. And my biggest regret is this, and this is going to be quite controversial. This is the Lorac Pro palette, and I have used it a few times. It's got a few little dents in it, but I just don't get it. I don't get all the fuss. I find the matte shadows specifically to be very powdery, and you really have to work to build them up. The shimmers are quite nice, but they're nothing that special. It did put me off buying another Lorac shadow palette. I have had their blushes in the past though, and I really like those, so it is more just these, and it is a shame because the colours are beautiful, but they're just too powdery. Literally, as soon as you put your brush in them, powder just goes everywhere, and that's a bit of a loser for me, because I feel like if it's going everywhere when I'm putting my brush in it, it's going to go all over my face as well. So Lorac Pro palette is my biggest regret. Best colour names, hands down, it's got to be Urban Decay. The Urban Decay names are always the best. I mean, who doesn't want an eyeshadow called Naked, or let's have a little look, Braveheart I know is one of them, and Naked Cowboy, and Trick, Buzz, Limit, Burnout. I just love the names. I don't know them all, I don't pretend to, but I just think they're the most original, and they're also the most risky, and I quite like that. So I would say Urban Decay, and I think most people that have done this tag have probably said the same. My least used is my Vice 3. Is this the 3 or the 4? This is the 4, isn't it? Yeah, the Vice 4 palette. I took this away on holiday with me to use it some more, and I have done. It is a really, really beautiful palette with a lot of colours that I enjoy. I've just not had time, if that makes sense, because quite a lot of the colours are bold and bright. I mean, like these, oh, these are just like sent from heaven. I love them. But because there are more jazzy colours in there than my normal everyday go-tos, it isn't one that I reach for as much, but I absolutely love this, and what I have used it, I adore. So that would probably be like my one that I need to continue using more of, because it is a fabulous palette. Literally, I love it. And then the last one is most used or most loved, or my Desert Island palette. I've actually chosen the Empties palette from Anastasia because, as you know, I love warm tones, and this is just packed full of warm tones. It's got some nice pops of colour. It's got the emerald, and it's got the iridescent purple. Glisten is really beautiful all over the lid. Caramel and Morocco are what I have through my crease today. Deep plum, oh, just beautiful. A good black, little black dress, or LBD as they like to call it. Literally one of the blackest blacks I've ever used. And then just a really good brow highlight there with no shimmer or anything in vanilla. So this, for me, if I could only use this, I could create a multitude of looks, and I love that. I love the quality of the shadows. I love how creamy they are. If you like these shadows, you can buy them individually. And I really, really like that, because when this runs out, I won't be able to get it again. But I know I'll be able to get all of these colours and put them in a palette, and that makes me happy, because I think there's nothing like creating your own palettes. And the fact that I'm able to do this from having tried it and fallen in love with it so much just makes it better. So that is also why it's my most loved. And yes, this was it. So this was the perfect palette tag. Please let me know what you think of my choices. If you really love the Lorac Pro palette and it's just me, and if you hate the tart lip packaging and you don't get my love of the Amrezy, please let me know. Anyway, I really, really hope that you have an amazing day. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below. I love hearing your thoughts and stuff like that. And I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. See you soon. Bye. Mwah.